Welcome back everyone, my name is Echo and I hope you're having a great day. Today's Minecraft video, we're back on Minecraft Pocket Edition, the Bedrock version for the latest Caves and Cliffs beta. Today's beta is a very good one and this is the version 1.16.220.52, now available on Android, Windows 10 and Xbox. So going back 2 weeks ago, Minecraft Bedrock was given the mountains, increasing the build limit to 320 blocks. During that beta, we did not have the introduction of the -64 y-axis. Today, we do. Also including Lush Caves, also including changes to copper, and so much more. If you do enjoy today's video, please be sure to hit that like button. Here is the official confirmation coming from Mega Spud. He posted saying today's beta is looking lush with the official changelog, which is down below. If you like to dig straight down, you might get a bit further in any new chunks too. So this being the new world generation going all the way down to -64, and this being the old chunks where 0 was the lowest, and this is what it would look like in the new chunks. Alright guys, if you're checking this out and you're going into a brand new world, all you're going to have to do is scroll down and make sure you have the experimental toggles on. If you don't have these on, these new things will not work. After that, let's go to game and let's check it out. It took me a very long time to set up today's video, so if you could do me an absolute solid and leave a like on today's video, I really appreciate it. And if you do make it to the end, then you are the MVP. So getting into this week's changes, we are starting off with world generation changes. Generation range and build limits have been expanded by 64 blocks up and 64 blocks down to a total of 384 blocks. Underground features, structures, and caves generate all the way down to Y-64. We do not have the new cave system on Bedrock just yet. Like I said previously, Bedrock is focusing on more the mountainside, and Java, the caves, they will eventually come together and cross over. However, Bedrock, previously, this was your lowest point, right? 0. Around about this level and a couple more levels around here, you would see Bedrock. Now, we go all the way down to -63, and this last block here, being -64, is now the lowest point in Minecraft. Of course, ore generation will completely change as well, but this is absolutely huge, even for the Bedrock version. So, yeah. Alright, let's keep going. Don't forget, your build limit has now increased from 256 blocks to 320. So if you wanted to go all the way up a lot more, you can do that. This was the previous highest height. We can now go up a lot more past 300. I think this is such a big thing for Minecraft. And when you get to the highest level, it will say 320 is your highest. Could you imagine trying to MLG water bucket from here? I mean, I know I'm in creative, but I'm telling you now, it's going to be interesting. Not only that, though, I don't know if I made that in time. I probably would have died. Imagine doing it all the way from 320 to -64. Alright, guys. Lush Caves. A little bit of a disclaimer. They mentioned, please note, we have added several new blocks that will generate in the Lush Caves, but the caves themselves will not be generated in the world yet. Now, my guess is the Lush Caves, now that we have these blocks, there is going to be modders, add-on creators out there that will create a Lush Cave mod. So stick around on the channel for that. I might bring you guys an updated video in a couple of days. So we have the introduction of Spore Blossom. These will generate in your Lush Caves in the ceilings, and they will let off particles, which are pretty cool. And you have a lot of these. If you have a lot of these, the particles are pretty crazy, but they're pretty cool because you probably seen them over there as well. You can see them. You can see them over there. So they do travel quite a bit, and the more of these you have, the more particles you are going to get. The next one we have here, this is a moss block. Now, in yesterday's Java snapshot, I showed you guys that on Java, if you have cobblestone and you have this, you can make mossy. Oh, yeah, it does. It does. They did introduce it. Oh, that's a surprise. That's a very, very big surprise. So if we grab moss, We'll grab 64 of them, and we will grab cobble this, and also stone brick too, because stone brick, bam, bam, you can make them as well. What about the slabs though? You put the slabs in there? No, slabs don't work. So in order to get the slabs, you would have to make these first. That's pretty cool though. Also introduced is this being moss carpets. These again being the carpets, the moss block, they will naturally generate in your lush biomes. It says here, random vegetation. Yo, mind your own business. Random vegetation can be grown on moss blocks when they are fertilized. The hoe is the most efficient tool to dig moss blocks. When it means fertilized, if you bone meal this, you can get grass, you can get the carpets, you can also get tall grass, you can get, there's one more. There you go, these, the flowering azalea, which we will get into, well, right now, to be honest with you. So we have the introduction of the flowered azalea leaves. We have the introduction of the azalea leaves. You're really going to be a problem, huh? We have these, which are the azalea, and these, which are the flowering azalea. They're basically mini trees. It's super hard to see them since we don't have spectator mode on Bedrock, but they're mini trees. And you're probably thinking, why didn't they add just normal trees in these lush biomes? Well, Mojang, recently during their Mojang Q&A on their official Minecraft channel, said that if they were to introduce trees into lush caves, it would feel like you're in the overworld above ground, not in a cave. So that's the reason why they didn't do it. Let's just clear our inventory and let's move on. The next thing we have here is they added cave vines / glow berries. These are so much fun. So these can go as tall as you want. You are able to climb inside of these. This was only introduced to Java yesterday, from my understanding. Not the actual vines, but the ability to climb up them. In terms of getting your glow berries, which is these, number one, as mentioned on side of here, glow berries can be eaten, so you can eat these. No, it doesn't give you like a glowing outline, which I thought would be pretty cool and really helpful for finding your friends. But if you bone meal these, this is how you get your glow berries, and they can be popped off, and these will produce light. So if we /time set night, you'll see here, these begin to glow. As soon as you take them away, the light source goes away. Really helpful for caves though. And if you start, yeah, you can only put them on like grass related blocks, I think it is, and stone and stuff like that. But I love these. They're going to be so cool when they're naturally introduced. And like I said, you can do this as much as you want. And something I believe that is new is, as I mentioned, glowberries can be /time set day. I don't want mobs spawning that are creepy. Glowberries can be eaten or used to lure foxes, to breed foxes. So if we place 1 and 2, I didn't know that they could be used for these. However, you can use, no, come back. You can use them to breed foxes. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how you get foxes. Believe it or not, you just need berries. They have added rooted dirt. Now, rooted dirt, I don't have it right now with me. It looks like regular dirt apart from it's rooted. Now, on Java, if you dig down in the rooted dirt section, that is how you find a lush cave biome. Again, we don't have lush caves, so it's not quite there just yet. It says, added hanging roots. Bone mealing rooted dirt gives hanging roots below. There was meant to be bone meal inside that chest. I knew I forgot something in today's video, and that's what I forgot. So if you take this and you do this, that's how you get these. Pure and simply used for decoration purposes. Added big drip leaf block. It generates in lush caves. So you have this giant thing, which can go really, really tall, by the way. Like, you can do this as big as you want. Like, I've been messing around with this quite a lot. If you want to go all the way up, you can do... There's more particles from the spore blossoms. You stand on this, you're going to fall. There's going to be so many cool parkour creations with this. Where's the cow when I need him? Anyway, if you were to... Let's just say... Let's just go with the cow. If you have a mob, and these mobs are on here, they will also fall off after a short duration. So, sorry, cow. You've been annoying today. Oh, he's going to survive anyway. So, yeah, I can't wait to see the parkour creations. They have added small drip leaf. It looks like this. Generates in lush cave biomes and spawns on clay blocks. Can be bone milled into big drip leaf. So, I had a little bit of a confusion. I couldn't get it to work. Like I was placing it here, couldn't get it to spawn on there. I was placing it on water, realized that this was grass, dirt. It wouldn't work. It needs to be on clay, which I think is an issue. Not an issue. I think that's a bug, right? Unless they plan to do this, I'm not sure. It can be bone mealed. Once bone mealed, it will grow into the big one. But it looks like it also updates the water source, which I strongly believe could be a bug. Moving on to bug fixes and tweaks. There is a lot of bug fixes and tweaks linked to copper and the lightning rod. Copper ore block textures are oriented correctly. Don't forget the textures are still a work in progress. Copper ingots can now only be crafted from unoxidized copper blocks on the crafting table. The block state ambiguity, I think that is, concerning the states for dripstone underscore thickness and copper oxidation is resolved. There is a small explanation behind this on the official changelog to the bug report. So if you're interested in that, go and check it out. Copper blocks, slabs, and stairs are registered using separate block IDs. Sound of walking / running on copper blocks is now assigned to player's audio category. Waxed copper blocks can now be cut in the stone cutter, that being any of the wax ones. So for example, waxed can be used to cut the slabs or the stairs. The waxed one and this wax one, they can all be used to do that. Weathered cut copper block cannot be cut into slabs. In stone cutter, it has been resolved. So this previously could not be cut into different things. Like I said, there's been a lot of fixes with this. Moving on, crafting slabs from copper blocks in the stone cutter will now yield 2 slabs. So these will now produce 2 instead of, I'm not sure if it's just 1 or 2, but it's now been fixed. Moving on to the next one. Copper blocks, stairs, and slabs now have correct map colors. Lightning strikes target entities and blocks in the same priority order as Java. That is a parity change and not the only one in today's video. Copper oxidation, now using random tick to change state, parity with Java. This is a weird one and I got really confused. Don't worry, this will make more sense as we go along. It's now possible to de-wax copper using a furnace. Guys, I spent so long using every single wax block inside of here. That's waxed. That's waxed. That's waxed. That's waxed. You literally could not de-wax these inside a furnace. They made a little bit of a mistake there, and we'll get into that in just a second. Let's get into some of the exciting things with copper. Stone cutter can be used to get cut. Did I spell a mistake? Cut, slab, and stair variants using copper block or cut copper block. Right-clicking on copper while holding an axe will de-wax copper, scraping off patina 1 step at a time. This is fantastic. It does not have sound effects yet, not even on Java. This was also only introduced to Java yesterday. Right-clicking will do a shiny shine. Doing it again, we'll do a shiny shine, and again, and now it's like back to cut copper instead of weathered. So really cool. Love this feature. It gets more exciting as we go along. Now, one thing I do want to try is if I grab myself some honeycomb, because on Java, if you honeycomb this, that was not in the changelog. Also, look at this, guys. Look at this. It's still slightly off the pixel. It doesn't make sense. This was not mentioned in the changelog, but that is also a Java feature and parity that you can actually wax these using honeycombs. So, yeah. Bedrock is very slowly with the caves and cliffs catching up to Java version. Waxed copper blocks cannot be de-waxed using furnace or blast furnace. Hey, I really don't understand the logic behind putting it in there and then saying that. So, simple mistake. I got really confused, but it made more sense in the changelog as we went along. This is my favorite thing. Lightning rods. Struck by lightning will decrement the oxidation stage of nearby copper blocks. I also have a trident. So, if we were to do / weather and set it to thunder, it was thundering. Or, if we were to have a lightning strike this, these will change color. Alright, so we do / summon lightning bolt. check that out. So we now have the oxidized copper, exposed copper, and the more you do it, the more it will change. It's such a good feature. It's a great introduction, and like I said, also introduced to Java yesterday, but it gets better. If you have a channeling one and you don't want to wait, you can just throw this at this and it does it anyway. You can see the cool particle effects as well. And also what I will mention is that although it's not working right now, it's meant to have particles, like lightning particles, like sparks when it's raining. They're meant to bounce off this. There you go. There you go. You just about seen it there. There you go. So it's like lightnings sparking in water. Such a good feature. Leaves surrounded by blocks no longer turn opaque when lightning rod is placed on them. Mess around with this a lot. No issues at all. Lightning rods no longer connect to fences or walls, as you can clearly see right there. Lightning rods are now waterloggable, which in turn solves a cooling issue with water. So these can now go in here and do not take away the full water source. Again, the same on Java. Okay. Lightning rods emit particles during a thunderstorm if there is nothing above it, which I just showed you. Players can interact with other blocks when holding a lightning rod in their hand. General. Signed text is no longer invisible on older worlds. Ink sacs and dyes now make sounds when they are used on signs. Let me show you this. So if we were to go to this, by the way, if you are still watching, you are the MVP. You made it this far. We're nearly done. It makes noise. Just a small noise, but it makes a noise. And it's just minor details like that in Minecraft that really do make a big difference. It says, selecting featured offer on profile screen will probably redirect user to the complete list of features offers. Fixed non-guest split screen players lost data on Xbox. Made the sign-in button's text. Fixed the button in Portuguese VR. Shout out to my Portuguese subs and followers and watchers. If there's anyone in there, let me know in the comment section. Use lighter text color for text in storage menu on settings screen. Fixed an issue where button textures were scaled wrong when applying resource packs. Enabled navigation to back button using only keyboard in some screens where it was not possible. Fixed bug where switching between profile causes all other previewed profiles to be overridden by the initial /clear command will apply on the correct data argument for the sapling item. /clear command will no longer remove an additional item from player's offhand slot. Fixed a bug where if the view bobbing setting was disabled, the player's hand would still bob. Fixed HUD cursor not rendering inverted colors. Piston and sticky pistons are no longer appear black when outline selection is disabled. Fixed fog in nether biomes not rendering properly in some resource packs. Glitchy lines are no longer visible on sign text. Fixed barrier bug where non-full blocks were flashing due to barrier not writing the depth. Non-persistent mobs no longer despawn immediately after loading into the nether. Drowned will now swing their arm when throwing tridents. The EULA links no longer exclusively linked to the EU-US local. Fixed crash when entering a nether portal and throwing a bottle of enchanting at the same time. Character creator changes. Steve's pants no longer color the bottom of appearance's feet when footwear is equipped. Users in multiplayer games should no longer see other players using pieces on their appearance that they do not own as Steve. Changing skins while in split screen should now properly save for all local users and update properly for remote users. Alex's shirt no longer looks corrupted when equipped with different pants. Hooray emote will now display in the emote section if already owned. And VR, the depth screen is now visible when behind full screen effects, on fire standing in a portal, etc. In VR, fixed translucent rendering of occluded UI elements, including when viewing menus near blocks. Item aliases do not show up in autocomplete for duplicated items, but commands can still succeed if the user runs into command with alias. Whew, I can now breathe. That is a very long video, but also a fantastic beta this week. Like I said, guys, we do not have Lush Caves. They've not long been introduced to Java. Hey, look at the cool particles. But now that we have access to the blocks, I betcha someone's going to come up with a custom add-on which will add these to a biome. Maybe even with the dripstone ones. So if you did make it to the end and you're still watching now, thank you. You're the true Echo fan. Because it takes me a long time to set up these videos. But if I can teach one person, then my day is complete. So have a great day. Stay beautiful. Enjoy the -64. The build limit of 320. And any more problems, let me know in the comment section. I will catch you all in the next video. Goodbye.